Hey Wickfree candle fans, I wanted to take you to somewhere really special. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this place before. This is a Neolithic burial tomb. It's one of the oldest sites in the world. It's actually older than the pyramids. It's just about 5 miles from our house. It's called River Boyne or Newgrange. This tomb is over 5,000 years old. I have to say, I'm a mad history buff, and yet living just over the water in England and growing up, I never once heard about this place. Heard loads and loads and loads about Stonehenge and all the other Neolithic sites. Never once did I hear this mentioned. It's probably one of the greatest secrets. And it is just absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see, but in the middle there is like a gap, and that is actually where you enter and go into the mound. And just to the top of it is what's called a light box, and what happens is every winter solstice, early in the morning as the sun rises over behind us over the Boyne, the light hits a certain point, and through that light box shines and illuminates the entire tomb. It is absolutely magnificent, and people take part in this lottery every single year to be afforded the opportunity to enter the tomb at this time. Scott and I enter every year and we've been unsuccessful. But I have to say, I do smile every year when they tell me that it's actually cloudy every year so far, so we're going to keep on trying. Inside that tomb there is 3 large bowls, and in those bowls they reckon that they used to cremate the remains of their ancestors, which is quite interesting. So this really is a very spiritual place. It is a burial tomb. I mean, it's absolutely gigantic, and yet when you actually get inside it, it is teeny tiny. To come out of it, you really have to duck down and squeeze. And actually, very funny story, but Mr. Scott's what, 6'9", 6'10"? Well, he was, when we first came here, suffered from vertigo, and he got really super sick. And we took him to River Boyne, and he had a vertigo attack when they turned out the lights, because he turned the lights out and they shine a light to show you what it's like in the burial tomb on winter solstice. Well, they shone this light. Mr. Scott had a vertigo attack, bolted for the exit, past all these like Japanese tourists and cameras, and got stuck trying to get out, because you have to duck and tilt your body. Well, he was stuck and he was pulling and pushing, and seriously, people were like, oh my god, 5,000 years this tomb has stood and it's not going to stand a minute longer. Luckily, eventually we were able to get him calm and get him to kind of tilt himself and get out. But to this day, and this has been like 7 years, he's never been back yet. So this is River Boyne. If you ever get the chance to come and visit it, you so should. Just even driving down here and seeing it, it is absolutely phenomenal. And for us to live, you know, 5 miles away from a Neolithic 5,000-year-old burial tomb is just rocks. Oh, here he is, the man himself, the man who got stuck. I told everybody the story about how you nearly destroyed the place.
That is no exaggeration either. Not one of my proudest moments either.
I actually have a clip. We've probably lost it now. It's like, you're not allowed to take pictures inside, but I actually took a picture of Mr. Scott's bum stuck in this hole. All these little tiny Japanese tourists, like,
it wasn't
all
funny
trapped.
being stuck, it was actually stuck.
Stuck, panicking, having an attack of vertigo. Brilliant. We're not actually allowed up to this site unless you pay for the tour as well. But right in front of the tomb, you probably won't be able to see it, there's a gigantic rock, and that was the rock that was used to close the door. Now, when they built this all those gazillions of years ago, they didn't actually put this white stone rend around it. This was what an architect in the early 20th century did. He wanted to recreate how he thought it would have looked. But to be quite frank, it probably just was a grassy mound. There's another few of these as well. There's Noth and Doth as well, but we're not allowed near either of them either, as they're all preserved. So this is a World Heritage Site as well. So there you go. the interesting places you find as you drive around in Ireland. If you want to see more of our fabulous places, because we are actually off to the Acropolis shortly, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, guys. And I hope you have a fab day. Bye for now.